It's Low Growl back in your face, and I'm doing a mukbang, y'all. A lot of people enjoyed that rib video that I did, so you know what? Y'all didn't get to see me eat them, so I made me some more. So right now I'm about to cut them up, you know. It's looking real good. And I'm gonna sit here and eat them. Oh my goodness. All this juice and stuff is falling in my lap. All right, so look at this. They got good bark, but look at how juicy they are. I'm gonna have to put them there. Got my cutting board right here. When you wrap them, they get all tender. Look at all that rendered fat. Oh man. And now my microphone has jumped off the lapel thing. But you know what I'm gonna do? Give me just a second. And we're back. Okay, so like I was saying, these ribs are nice and tender. And I'm getting ready to cut them up. See the bones. Man, these bones are actually sliding out of this thing, so it's a good sign. But anyways, let's cut into these big old ribs. I'm gonna cut like 2 bones for myself, even though I probably won't even be able to eat that much. So the noise you're hearing right now is that membrane on the bottom. It's a good thing you leave it up there because it helps keep the ribs together. Otherwise they would just fall apart, fall off the bone and stuff. But look at that. The meat came clean off. And what you're left with is big, juicy, tender beef ribs. All right, so before I take my first bite, there's a couple of things I got going on. I got my Killer Hogs, the barbecue sauce. Got me some fry sauce to go with my French fries that I will be eating. And I got some ketchup. Let me go ahead and put some sauce on. I'm gonna show y'all something, but I'm gonna have to, you know, readjust the camera and all that kind of stuff. But I want to show y'all. This is what we grubbing on. You know what I'm saying? Big juicy beef ribs. Sauce right on the board. I'm eating straight off the board, y'all. Got my plate of golden fries. It's been a long time since I've done a eating video. It's something about them that I don't know. I don't really watch mukbangs myself, so. But either way, the bone fell out of this one, so let's go ahead and bite it. Now, all I season this with is SPG, salt, pepper, garlic. But when that fat render down and get that smoke up in there, it's like flavor is all the way through this meat. And I can't say the same thing about my first rack of ribs that I made. But y'all, think about beef. How many times have you had tough beef? And look at how easy I bite through this against the grain. Just falls off. Just come apart. Dip it in the sauce. Membrane. Try to get it. See? That's the membrane. I'm actually just pull that off because it serves no purpose at this point. Got my big carving knife, which I don't really need it. It's like good for chopping up brisket and stuff. I don't really need it for these ribs, but it's just always fun to have a reason to use it. My kids, they always tell me, like, Dad, when you eat, you make that food look so good. It made me want some. I'm like, word, you can't have any. Now, most people, when they cook beef ribs, they just let the bark develop and they eat like that. But there's nothing wrong with glazing them. And when I say glazing, I'm talking about sauce. Putting some sauce on them, and then putting them back on the smoker to let it caramelize a little bit. Caramelize and thicken up. But y'all see that smoke ring up at the top is all red? I really can't express to you how tender these beef ribs are. From my first rack that I cooked to these, they've progressively gotten better and better. And beef ribs are officially my favorite rib over pork, hands down. I like to let the flavors that I season with come through, and that's how I judge if it's good. Sometimes people use sauce as like a cover, like if they burnt the meat too much or something like that, they try to sauce it up and let the sauce take the primary position in the show. But not me. I learned that good barbecue is judged on how it is when you put nothing on it. Just cooked meat. How does it taste? Alright. Let's cut this membrane. It's keeping my beef ribs from me. Alright. Now, next bone. You might be thinking, man, I wish I could have a taste of that. I ain't lying. I would share with you. But being that you're there and I'm here, what you gonna do, right? All right. Clean bone. All you left with that big chunk of juicy meat. Put a bit of that one ringgit. Today, I used hickory. I used hickory to smoke them. I like pecan the best, but I ran out. I'm like staring at the paper towels, but the cord to my mic, I don't want to chance it. That's that thumbnail right there. That is the thumbnail. Summertime is coming, and I'm gonna need to go and get a re-up on my beef ribs. I had, 4 racks? And today I cooked the final one. And these are homemade fries. No, store-bought, cooked them at home. They're not fast food. So, I gotta wash this down with something, right? Canada Dry, cranberry ginger ale. I don't know what's happened, but ginger ale is like my favorite drink now, besides water. My favorite, since they released all these different flavors, I like the lemonade one, the cranberry one, and the original. Me and my brother were talking one time. It was it was some years back, but it was around the time when we realized that we can't eat as much as we used to when we were younger. And I was like, man, what do you think is the best part of a cookout? My thought was, and I'm being completely honest, the cold, refreshing drinks. That's what I said, honestly. Let me cut this membrane off here. It's getting in my way and it's getting on my nerves. But I'm sure, the food is the major part. The food is the main attraction, But when you wash it down, it ain't nothing like an ice cold, refreshing beverage. That's just how I feel. Now, I don't know how many of y'all have had like really good tender brisket, but brisket is separated. If you got, I'm sorry for talking with my mouth full, but if you buy a whole packer brisket, it's separated into 2 muscles, Steve. The flat and the point. The point, that's where the money is. It's marbled with fat and stuff. Such good eating. It's prepared the right way. And the flat is like the lean. These beef ribs, it's like having brisket point on the bone. And if you watch any of these barbecue guys cook a brisket, they gonna always tell you this point is the best part. That's the part they're always gonna get a cut from and give you the bite, and they're gonna be like, it's like clockwork. This is it, right? They cut it and they're like, okay guys, it's all ready to eat. Let's go ahead and get some slices. Slice it up, and that's what they do. That is so good. And that's how it goes. Even when I did my first video where I was preparing my brisket, my ribs, and show you how I did it, I even almost fell into it. And afterwards I was like, come on man, did you just do that? But I'm telling you, when you mess around and you trying to get better and better, every time you cook, when it tastes better and you taste the difference in the texture, it's all soft and tender, and you have improved, it just make you want to be like, Now, my people say, hey, you gonna save us some? I'm like, no. Nah, that's what I feel like, but 2 bones and some fries, I'm pretty much full. But I don't like to waste my food, so I'm gonna finish this up. Man, that is good. So good. And an ice cold beverage pushes it all down, makes everything right with the world. Now I got me a little, trying to, I don't know, give you a little visual of something real quick. Can you see the smoke ring? It's not super dark, but right up in there. That red. When I was young, I used to think this meat is raw. I was such a fool. I used to work at Busch Gardens, and they had this place called the Three Rivers Smokehouse. As an employee, they would never let us eat there. But I got off work, had to change my clothes, and I just went out into the park. Finally got me some of their brisket. Now this was cut from the end. When you are cooking these, certain areas are gonna dry before the others, and you gotta spritz it. Still got a ton of flavor, but this part is more, it's not as tender as the other part. But anyways, I tasted the, there you go. Now the smoke ring is a lot more pronounced. I tasted that brisket. I'm like, yo, now that I know what's going on, they won't cook it nothing but flat, dry flat. It had good smoke color and stuff on it, but it ain't had no flavor. I'm like, man. And they charging premium prices for that garbage. So I don't even want to eat there no more. Now that I got my own recipes and stuff down, yeah, I'll keep eating my brisket. I don't even, beef ribs got me not even caring about making a brisket again. Even though I know I'm gonna do it, I don't even really care. Cause the beef ribs are so good. It's like you get the best of what a brisket, offers in a delightful 4-bone plate rib. Now, when I'm serving it to the family, I cut it off the bone and I chop them up into chunks like this. Man, it's still hot. That was a good bite. Ugh. I'm gonna do another video, which I know my plans are for the summer. My summer fitness goals. You know, I can't sit around eating like this all the time. I think I might do a legit body transformation. Go back to the school next year, looking like an Adonis. And they're gonna be like, hey, Mr. Gray. How was your summer? I'm gonna say, get out of my face. Nah, I'm just playing. But you know, lift the little weights. Nothing too much. But in the back of my mind, I'll be looking back on these memories of hard, sweaty workouts. Alright, y'all. I'm getting full. Well, when I eat now, I don't eat to get stuffed. I eat till I feel satisfied, and then I leave it alone. Anything beyond that for me, I'm just being a glutton. Sometimes it be so good, you know what I mean? I'm telling y'all, if you ain't made no beef ribs, you ain't got no smoker, if you ain't got no grill, it's an excellent investment because you ain't got to fry. It's a healthier alternative. Oh man, look how juicy that is. Oh my god. My god. My no. This is my last bite, for real. You know when you get to that point, and it's like, you're doing too much. I'm gonna eat this. A couple of these little fries. I need to stop. Can't do no more. Leave the rest for my people, so they can have a little taste. This was the smallest rack out of the 4 racks that I had. This was the smallest rack, but the marbling and the meat and stuff, it was one of the best racks. I'm sorry, I said I was supposed to. Alright. Okay. Alright. And fries good too. You know, like French fries made in fresh grease. All right. Just use one of my cotton glove liners. I put this on, then I put a latex glove on. That way I can handle the meat without getting burned and stuff. Like after I wrap it and stuff, put it back on the smoker. sounds, y'all. But anyways, that was the delicious mukbang of beef ribs and french fries. I'm glad y'all came to watch, and I hope it gave you some type of satisfaction or ASMR. If not, I got a ton of other videos that you can check out. That being said, I sit back satisfied at what has just happened here. I devoured beef and potatoes. Don't get much better than that. And we are done. You know what? I'll see y'all next time.